Klickenabendler. We have now a video preview for a game which will be published next year, 2021. And I'm here with Helge, who is one of the co-designers of Terra Mystica. And your plan is to produce another Terra Mystica game, but a different one, not an expansion.
Yes, hi. So this will be a standalone game based on the Terra Mystica rule sets somehow, but it will be different from the normal Terra Mystica and also from the Gaia project, which has some basic rules as well, like the Terra Mystica game. But this one, it's thematically placed in between, so it's called Terra Mystica Age of Innovation or Innovation. It will be something between Renaissance age and steampunk era. So we will have new artists to do a redesign of the visuals, and it's mostly about variable player boards and variable faction abilities. So that's new in this game.
And for the basic status, it's for the same player amount?
Yes, 2 to 5 players, and the Automa team who did the Automa for Gaia project, they are currently working on an Automa version for the base game Terra Mystica. I don't know if this will already be included in this Terra Mystica Innovation, maybe, but I think it will primarily be for 2 to 5 players.
And the playing time is about the same, 30 minutes per player. And now we will have a look what's different in this game and what will come up next year.
So Terra Mystica Innovation, what's new? The main difference towards the basic game or base game Terra Mystica is that we have combinations of different abilities. We still have the color wheel of the 7 home landscapes, and for each landscape we have a faction board in this color. So we have forest, we have lakes, we have wasteland and so on. And each of these faction boards differs in a small way. They all have some twist, something that makes them unique. So for instance, the forest faction board in green will start with 1 cult step in each cult. The lakes faction board will start with shipping ability of 1, and to increase your shipping value, it's cheaper for them than for any other faction. The wasteland faction in red, they will start with 2 books at the moment. And so every of these faction boards has their tweak and is a little bit different than the other colors. But the main difference comes from the different faction abilities. And at the beginning of the game, we will sort into to each of these faction boards, and there will be assigned to these, and then we have 7 different combinations out of possible, I don't know how many. I think we have 12 or 14 different faction abilities, so we have a lot of combination here. And the first player to choose from these combinations will be the last player in turn order, and first player in turn order will choose as last. We also have new faction abilities regarding the strongholds, but those are not placed on the faction boards at the start of the game. They are placed separately, and the first player to build one of these strongholds can choose from all of the available stronghold abilities. There will be player count +1 stronghold abilities available, and it's kind of a race. So the first player to start has a head start for this kind of race and can choose from all of them. So and we also have these round scorings as well, these booster tiles. There are some new ones. So this is the game start. Players choose from the combinations of faction ability and faction boards and get one of these round boosters, and then we can start the game. Okay, for our testing session we choose the forest monks and the swamp seers to play with. The forest monks, they start with 4 cult steps, so 1 in each cult. And that's the forest ability. And the monks, they start with their sanctuary, and they also start with 1 step in water and air. So they will have 2 steps in water and 2 in air, and 1 in earth and 1 in fire. And when they start with a sanctuary, they only start with 1 building. All other factions will start with 2. So they will get 1 spade for free as a special ability at the start to help them with their expansion. When they get their starting resources, it's 15 coins, 3 workers, and the 1 basic income worker, and 1 priest from the sanctuary, and as well 1 favor tile. So that's how they start. And Forest has a distribution of power tokens of 4 in bowl 1 and 8 in bowl 2. So that's 1 better than the standard distribution, which is 5 and 7. For the Swamp Seers, they also have 15 coin, 3 workers as starting resources, and that's their specialty, 1 priest. And they also have a better power distributions of 4 and 8, like Forest. The Seers, they get 1 additional worker to start with, and they start in air and fire cult. And their special ability is that they have a double action. They can either first move 4 power tokens and then do another action, or they can do an action and then move 4 power tokens. Maybe they have 4 power in bowl 3 and will do a power action to start their turn with. So that's the first turn, and double turn, they move it to the next bowl. So with these 2 factions, we will start our test or play our testing game. So what else is new in Terra Mystica Innovation? We have the normal power actions, but we have additional actions. Some of them are power actions and some of them are book actions. These additional actions, they are variable. So at the setup of each game, we will have 4 different of these new action spaces available. So here, for instance, we have for 1 book, you can place a bridge. Here we have pay 1 priest and spend 6 power, and then you will get a favor token, favor tile, which normally you will only get when you build a temple or a sanctuary. Here you can spend 1 book to move 4 of your power tokens. And here you can spend 3 books to gain 7 coins. What are books? Books is a new resource in Terra Mystica Innovation. And I will come to this resource a little bit later. So then we also have town tokens. When you found a town, you will get 1 of these. And there are some of them which you will recognize from the base game. But there are 2 new ones. This one gives you 7 victory points and 2 books. This one gives you 4 victory points and 2 spades. So you have a double turn. You can terraform and build a dwelling when you use this town token. Then we have new round scorings. It's a complete new set. Some of these scorings you will know already, they are familiar, but maybe they are combined with another kind of cult bonus. And there are some new ones as well. For instance, in round 6, we have this scoring where you get 1 victory point for each cult step you advance in this round. In round 4, they will get 5 victory points for each invention that you will gain during this turn. Inventions, they are a new core element of Terra Mystica Innovation, and now we will go to this board, favor tile and invention board. So the set of favor tiles also is completely new favors to gain when you build your temples or your sanctuary, or you have this special action. Also, when you gain a favor tile, you will additionally get 1 book in this color. So, for example, we take the air favor tiles. You take favor 1 in air and you get 1 book. You take favor 2 in air, you get 2 books 1 time. And for this one, you get 3 cult steps in air and you get 3 books for air or in light blue. We have books in brown, we have books in dark blue, and we have books in red. At the beginning of the game, we have these inventions, and they are shuffled, and 2 of them are placed on top of each of these element tracks. So we have 2 inventions above air, we have 2 inventions in the earth space, and 2 for water, and 2 for fire. To gain an invention, you have to pay books. To gain an air invention, you have to pay 3 air books, or that's not an Apple joke. You have to pay 3 light blue books and 2 of your choice. And if you have your fortress, you have no further costs. If you don't have built your fortress, you additionally have to pay 5 coins. So this makes all fortresses more attractive because you can get things cheaper here. And it's the same for the other inventions. For this one you have to pay 3 earth books and 2 of your choice, and 3 water books and 2 of your choice, and 3 fire books and 2 of your choice. And these inventions, they are a new core element because they give you different scoring opportunities. They will give you new buildings in the neutral color white, so new income and more buildings for the final scoring, having the most buildings or the biggest network. And they all have different, very attractive abilities and opportunities. And at the beginning of the game, you will look closely and try to figure out what kind of strategy is suiting the most for the given setup. So we are now in round 3, and we did some more stuff on the map. Andreas built a town here and got a town tile for 7 plus 5, 12 victory points. He got 2 books, then he upgraded a trading post to a temple, and now he has enough books to do his turn, which is getting an invention.
And that's what the game is about, right? Because basically it is in the name of the game. So I have now here 3 red books and 2 blue ones, which I did get in this round. So that's 5. And I don't have a
stronghold.
Stronghold.
Also has to pay 5 coins.
5 coins.
So that's the total cost for an invention. One of these 2 in the red sector, and Andreas chooses this one.
Yeah, the other one doesn't make sense for me at the moment. It will push my victory points if I have got a lot of buildings, which I have not at the moment. So this one here is 1 priest. That's very good. I also did get an upgrade for my ships.
Yeah.
And an advancement for my transforming.
Yeah, so that's 9 additional points. And your exchange rate for spades and your shipping range is increased, which is very good at this moment in the game.
And for the invention, there are a lot of different ones, which Helge told me before. We have some stuff which give you victory point at the end. We have some stuff which give you
immediate rewards, one-time rewards. Then we have different inventions that give you neutral additional buildings and an income from them, each with unique abilities as well. And we have, like this one, it's an action. Each turn you can take a priest and gain 2 victory points. So there's a lot of different inventions in this game, and there's a pool of about 18 inventions, and 8 of these are placed randomly at the start of each game. So you have a lot of variability here.
And for the playing strategy, you have to have a look at this board to see what invention another player could buy. Because when I want it, I have to be quicker in the books than you, right?
And as they have specific costs in books, you can guess what the other players are up to, and you can adjust your strategy. So that's an important aspect of Terra Mystica innovation, that you have to look what the other players might get, what inventions are contested, and so that's exciting. That's very new about it.
And the game will come out then next year?
Next year, I don't know the exact publishing date, but could be summer, I don't know, I have to ask the publisher again, but we are in a heavy testing phase now.
For all you guys here watching this video, this is a prototype. It looks like a final game, but it isn't. So all the illustration and the contrast of the graphic is not the final version. I think it's a home printer from Helge here.
Yeah, true.
So it's just to show you they are working on it, and I think he's working on it for some years now.
Yeah, I don't know, 2.5, 3 years already, yeah.
And we are looking forward to get the new Terra Mystica, and that will be next year. So it doesn't matter how the thing with Corona works at the moment, you will get a new game.
Yeah, that's true.
All right. So thanks for showing the prototype here.
Thanks for having me.